Good morning, Starshines. My name is DH, my pronouns are they, them, and I have long COVID. That wasn't meant to be the theme of this vlog, but unfortunately, as you'll see, it kind of is. I'm not going to say too much about it now, but I filmed a little bit of my week here and there, and I decided to share it with you guys. Some of it may be upsetting to watch, and if it is, I'm sorry. I will put a timestamp in here, and you can skip to that and you'll just get the knitting content at the end of the vlog. But other than that, why don't we take a look at what we were up to this week, and I will see you back here in a few minutes. Welcome back. So you just saw me making our lunch for today. I decided to get it in the crock pot bright and early because I've been pushing it off for a few days because I just haven't been up to it when it comes time to actually make it. So doing it bright and early when I actually have the energy. So what have I been up to this week? You saw me making some cookies, doing some cooking, doing lots of knitting. One thing that I didn't show because I completely forgot to get any footage of it was I actually ventured outside of the house this week. I went with my mom. We got my hair cut. You can see I'm looking like a NB Viking warrior, which I love. So got my hair cut, sat and had coffee, caught up on the family news. It was honestly really great. It was what I needed, but I forgot to get any footage. So did that and then made cookies. Cookies knocked me out for a couple of days. Yeah, so let's get into the knitting content. Let's start off with my finished objects because I do have 2 finished objects, neither of which had been cast on the last time I sat down and talked to you. Because, as I often say, I have ADHD, not priorities. So, if you know me, you'll know that I'm kind of slightly obsessed with the traditional mittens from the Maritimes. There are now 4 books out, a new one just came out, called Saltwater Mittens, Saltwater Gifts, Saltwater Classics, and now Saltwater Socks. So I'm very, very excited to get my hands on saltwater socks. So I own saltwater mittens, and it has been a long time goal of mine to make every pattern in the book. There are 15 patterns, and so far I had made 5 of them. But the mittens in the book are for a range of sizes, including babies and toddlers, which I don't actually know any babies or toddlers. So when I mentioned this to my mom, she's like, "Oh, well, your cousin just had a baby," and I'm like, "Oh, that's right." So I whipped up a couple of the smallest patterns in the book, and my mom and dad will deliver them to a cousin, a cousin that would like them when they head back home for the holidays. So this is Early, by the way, in case you didn't know. Early is a cuddle bug. I am her person. She gets very upset when she doesn't have access to me. And I'm also in her room, so. Oh, now you're done? Okay. All right, so the first project up is, it's called Wee Ones. These are baby mittens. I'm gonna see if you can focus on that. I did them in like Christmas colors because I figured there'll only be a baby for Christmas season. I don't know how human children work. I really don't. These look slightly too big for a newborn, but maybe they're not. I don't know. So they don't have a thumb. They're just these little like pockets that you put onto the child's hands. The yarn I used is Briggs & Little Heritage, which is my absolute favorite yarn. It's a 100% wool, very rustic, which is a knitting term for incredibly scratchy, but also really hard wearing. These mittens will keep you warm like nothing else will. So that's the wee ones. I use the little diamonds chart. They've got a colorwork chart on the front and then the traditional salt and pepper pattern on the back. And then, so these took me maybe 2 hours each, maybe. They're super fast. It's an Aran weight yarn, and you work them up on, these were on 3.5 millimeter DPN, so you can see that the gauge is quite tight, so that's why they're so warm. Their colorwork, their stranded colorwork at a very tight gauge. And then I went to another pattern in the book. These are called the Little Corner Boy. I really love this color combination that I got, the magenta with the pink, and the gray. So cute. So these are the toddler mittens. They are quite small. You can see there's my hand up against the little mitten. Again, Briggs and Little Heritage, which is an Aran weight yarn. These were done on 4 millimeter needles. But again, you've got the all over stranded colorwork on the front and the salt and pepper pattern on the back. So very, very, very warm. Hopefully these will keep a little kid nice and snuggly. And that is 2 more patterns off my saltwater mittens list. So very happy about that, even if as soon as I start these, I kind of get addicted to them and I hyperfocus and I can't do anything else. Luckily, these are fast. These took me a day each to do. Like literally cast on in the morning, bound off before bed. But that's the same whenever I cast on one of these saltwater patterns. I don't know, something about them. The combination of yarn and the pattern make brain go burr. They're one of my favorite things to knit. So, most everybody will probably be getting a pair of mittens for Christmas next year. So I had 5 done, this is 7, so I've got 8 more pairs of mittens to make next year. And then maybe I'll be through my Briggs and Little stash. Maybe. Hydration break. You might have been able to see I am dealing with the hand tremors a little bit today. Not nearly as bad as the other day, but yeah, they're here. I have not gotten anything done on my bigger works in progress, the Tetra slipover, especially, that I wanted to get done before Christmas. Probably not going to get done before Christmas, let's be real honest. But I have been keeping up really well on my 2 Advent projects. The first one is the Arn and Carlos mystery stocking along. I love this pattern. Let's see if I can show you guys properly. It is working up so nice. You're only doing 6 rows a day, so it's super bite-sized. You can get it done in no time flat, and it's just a really enjoyable project. I'm really, really liking it. It's a nice little break every day. The yarn is super soft and squishy. I'm using Hobby Amigo, so it's a very soft acrylic that plumps up nicely for color work. You can see I'm getting some lovely crisp definition in my stitches. So yeah, I am keeping up to date with this. So far I've done every day on the day that the clue comes out. Yeah, just really happy with it. It looks like it's going to be a giant stocking because this is the foot and we've still got the whole leg to do. But that's okay. It's a stocking. The larger the stocking, the more room for snacks. My other Advent project, which is going so well, is the What Tomorrow Brings shawl. So you're not going to be able to see it very well in my hands here. It's bunched up on the needles. So I'm going to pop a couple of pictures up on the screen now and talk about them. So this first picture you're going to see is what the shawl looks like after section 19, all laid out on the ground. I put it on some try-it-on tubing, which is why the bottom's rippling so oddly. It's because the cotton doesn't really like the try-it-on tubing, so it's sticking. Anyways, so this will be more of a regular triangle shape, but this is the first 19 days that you can see all laid out there. So the last 6 days in the pattern is a knitted on edging. I'm going to pop another picture up here. You can, I'm trying to show you what the knitted on edging looks like. It's really awkward. So let me see if I can show you what it looks like on the shawl itself. But basically the light purple bottom of the shawl here is slowly being bound off as I'm working this kind of dark indigo border. So this border will go all the way along the light purple, changing colors a couple of times. I've got a couple of markers in there. So yeah, so this edge here is going to be the actual bottom of the shawl, and then that's done. So I've got 6 more sections to go. Of my little self-imposed schedule, I am 2 days ahead at the moment. But I'm really enjoying this. When I was in the middle of this like light blue section here, and I was really starting to flag. I was really like, I just want this off the needles. I don't want to work on this. And then as soon as I hit the light purple and the knitted on border, I was like, yes, this is all I want to work on. So it's good. Like all the mittens spark joy, the Art and Carlos stocking spark joy. This sparks so much joy. So I decided that instead of just doing like my little daily goals for this and then working on something else, I'm going to work on this as much as I want, do my Art and Carlos daily, and just do that. I have not put in any more work on my chicken scratch socks. I do hope to get them done this month, but they're not sparking joy, so I'm not working on them. So yeah, so that's all the knitting that's been going on. It's really just been hyper focusing on mittens for cousins that I have never met. So the other thing that that's been exciting in our lives is the Phasmophobia holiday update. So I'm going to pop some footage of that in here, just with some music over it. But we've been playing that non-stop since it came out. It is so much fun. The ghost model after you like complete the little snowman challenge is chef's kiss. It's just so good. So we've been playing a ton of that. We probably will keep playing a ton of that until we finish the challenge. Some of you may be wondering why there hasn't been a lot of Christmas content in these vlogs. There's no Christmas decorations, there's very little Christmas music, I haven't really talked about Christmas at all, and that's because we don't really celebrate it in this house. I'm a practicing pagan. I celebrate kind of like a secular Christmas. There's a couple of things that we do, mostly making cookies, making Chex Mix, that kind of thing. But we don't really go all out for Christmas in this house. So I'm sorry if I kind of baited you with the Vlogmas promise of festivities, but you won't really find many here. And for that I apologize. So that's it. I hope you've been enjoying. I hope you liked the last Vlogmas that was just the short clips and the music. And I think this one's going to be a little bit of a longer one, so thanks for sticking with me. If you have liked the videos, please consider subscribing. I'm hoping to continue doing these because I'm really enjoying it. Please consider subscribing, like the video, comment on the video, talk about the video to your friends, especially if you know someone who is struggling with long COVID or another chronic illness who might want to see someone else with some of the same struggles that they have, so that they feel less alone. Okay, that's it. So, from me and from Early, we will see you in the Discord, we'll see you in the comments, and as always, we'll see you in our hearts. Alright, bye guys.